Hi everybody, welcome to Zine Cuisine. So today we're going to do a slight more diary approach. Not really going to do a review today. Let's see, what else are we going to talk about today? Oh, that's right. We do have next week kind of planned out. I have a little more writing and prepping I have to do for next week's episode. Our Wednesday review is going to be Portland Button Works. I wanted to do that today, but there was so much stuff on the inside. I wanted to do this one justice because it's huge. It's a lot. And also, possibly on Friday, I might do another review as well, or we might do a tutorial. Kind of leaning towards a tutorial, and the following week, looking at Bushwick grills because we want to cook. And also a few more zines that we have to look over. So I think we're going to do one review next week, a tutorial, and on Monday, we're going to have a tour. We're going to be going to North Carolina for the day. We have a couple reasons to go. One, our first stop is hopefully, if we can swing it, there's a Hawaiian grill in Greensboro, and Spam musubi and Spam eggs and rice are like two of my favorite things in this world. I love Spam. Spam, Spam, Spam. Spam, Spam, Spam. You know, Spam can send us like Spam and I'd be totally happy about it. So we want to go there and get some lunch. But there's one place we're going to be able to do, and we're going to be able to take a shopping tour and do a bit of a hoard, which is pretty cool. This place is called Hollow's Bargains for You. It is close to my heart. We've been going for over 5 years, 6, 7 years. I think since about 2011, about there. We've been going there and getting odd paper goods and weird boxes and art supplies and all this kind of stuff. It's a great place, and it's in Burlington, North Carolina, right off of I-40. So we're going to go there, and they've been gracious enough to let us do a tour through the store, and we're going to ask some questions and all that kind of stuff, and going to get some stuff that going to make some zines with, and some other little things for little giveaways and whatnot. So really excited about that. Right after that, we're going to be probably hitting up the see if we can get a couple other little things in there in the afternoon, but definitely want to go to the Chapel Hill Library. Is going to be hosting Andrew Neal talking about meeting comics, so we're going to see if we can film some of that, maybe ask a few questions, and talk to Andrew a bit. You know, it would be really cool because, you know, we love meeting comics. I'm really thinking about getting a Val tattoo. Just gotta make that happen. So there's that, and gotta get our Caribou coffee because, you know, Chapel Hill. Ooh, gotta get my caffeine on. And we're gonna go see Chesky in Chapel Hill. We love Chesky, and he's been awesome enough to say that he'll answer a few questions about how important zines are, so that's going to be really cool. Maybe do a couple of highlights from that show. He's super awesome if you haven't already heard him. He does tour a lot in the US and Europe, so if you've been lucky enough to catch his work, the guy is just amazing. And he's going to have Gregory Pepper with him, so we get to hear about Gregory Pepper and his problems. So, you know, major music nerd, we love chess, so woo. Let's see, what else can we discuss? We're in the studio today, and the studio is not fully done. There are boxes everywhere. It's driving me nuts. I really want to clean this today, so gotta make room for new art supplies. Gotta be doing some purging. So thinking about maybe doing a little video on supplies, tools of the trade, what we do to make zines, maybe introduce you to our copier and all that kind of stuff. And some little interesting news tidbits. So, okay, we have gotten just enough money to get our new copier printer, so we decided to go with the Epson Workforce WF7710, and over Canon again. The Canon was amazing. It really was. But they don't even make that one anymore, and any of the ones they're suggesting were either way out of the price range or just didn't have good enough stats in the end. So I was not really too keen on it. I was kind of sad, but through many suggestions of fellow zinesters and comic artists and whatnot, we decided with the Epson because it's got an 11 by 17 scan bed. It can copy 11 by 17. That is awesome. I love big format one-page zines. I'm a sucker for them because it's like taking a letter but making it bigger so you can read them, and it's one page of paper. So you can like put like a map or Chutes and Ladders on one side and or a picture, a little hidden picture, and be able to do it on the other side with a full comic or written word or something on one piece of paper. So that's super, super important. It can also make color prints up to 13 by 19, it says, which is pretty awesome. So we decided to go with the Epson, mainly for those reasons, and the price point was right within the budget. And major thanks to Scott, who is one of started as one of my art patrons and has quite a few works in his house. And my mother-in-law, who was kind enough to give me birthday money way in advance so we can get the said printer. It's going to be really great because we can actually make zines again. And the worst thing is I've had about 5 or 6 zine ideas, and David's had a good few as well, like 3 or 4 or 5, 6, somewhere around there, and we've kind of like collaborated on them. And we're like, oh, we have all these ideas. Oh, wait a minute. What's the point of making them right now? We can't even print them. So we have a Zine Fest coming up in March. Hill City Zine Fest in Lynchburg. Why can I not remember the name of the own town? We live right below Lynchburg. How could I not remember this? Ugh. Anyway, so we have that coming up, so I would love to get some new stuff out there for the show, for the table, because anything that we sell now at Zine Fest is literally getting funneled back into Zine Cuisine. I'm going to talk briefly about fundraising for the show and making it like by viewers like you. You want to be a producer? Great, contact me. It does take money to update equipment. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to shut the slide off real quick so you can see the only light I'm using is a bounce light right now. It works, whatever. I'm holding it and aiming it against the shiny wall behind me. And so that's kind of what we're working with right now, and I'm doing this on my old Note 8. Would love to be able to get an updated camera to be able to do streams and a better gimbal slash mount system, so it's not so bouncy, because we have a $5 Five Below cell phone rig that's kind of taped to my really nice normal camera tripod. It's not pretty at all. Also want to do some green screen stuff, so getting a couple little things here for the studio so we can make better videos for you would be great. Paper, toner, that kind of stuff. So the Patreon's going to be launched, and there are different tiers for the Patreon. There is going to be some digital tiers. There's going to be a zine package a month kind of thing, so you can get a different zine bundle, like some of ours that we make, and some other random ones thrown in as well. So you can have an instant zine collection. What else? Different prints, some fun stuff. We're gonna do an episode in not next week, but the week after. I'm planning a Monday episode. And hopefully we're going to be able to go to Sparks Lab at Riverviews in Lynchburg and do a tour and get a hands-on approach on a Rizo, whatever, however you say it, tomato. Really excited about that because we're going to be able to hopefully make a print zine right there. That'd be really cool. And I'd love to make a newsletter that has like all the different information, who's helping sponsor us, our producers, that kind of thing, intros, interviews, all on paper. We're going to call it Zine Cuisine Side of Risotto, which will be made on Rizo, which will be really cool. So these are kind of like the plans we have for the future. We want to go to more Zine Fest. We want to go to some in like Boston. I really want to go to Mice. I'd love to go to Cake. I'd love to go to Chicago Zine Fest. I'd love to go to some in Florida. I mean, we are kind of pigeonholed here in the Virginia central region with North Carolina, because we go to North Carolina a lot. So being able to get out of the studio, get out of Virginia, and be able to bring more information to you is great, but it does cost money, so supporting us would really help out and be able to spread our wings and bring you more goodies. So that's kind of where we're at. If you have any suggestions of things you'd like to see, I really would appreciate if you go down there, comment. I respond to all comments. I like to have a nice little conversation about different things, and I love hearing ideas. I mean, do you want to see us do a screen printed zine? I could make that happen. I know people. It would be great. We'd love to be able to do that. What else do you want to see? Do you want to take a tour of a copy shop? Do you want to take a tour of an art supply place? We're going to go do the paper one, but do you want to see more places like that? Do you want to see a scrap exchange? Do a trash zine made out of nothing but upcycled materials? It'd be great. So, you know, tell us what you want. I like to hear what people want because it really gives us more ideas. Have a couple of history episodes too. Some zine history, some the history of the fanzine would be great, and also one like on accidental zining that are kind of like almost cult collectibles. That one's going to be a little tongue-in-cheek humor because some of the ones that we're putting in there are very loosely defined as zines, so that's going to be funny. What else? Today's show is brought to you by the letter R for recycle. When and if you can, recycle paper. I can't stress this enough. In a zine community, we use a lot of expendables. If you can use recyclable paper, do so. If you can use paper that would otherwise have been binned or recycled, try to do that. That'd be really cool. I'd love to see that. Paper is not cheap either, so anytime you can go to a thrift shop and you're like, oh wow, that's a ream of paper, do your next run and be proud of the fact that you used recycled paper. A lot of our papers, and I'll take a little mini video tour of the visible parts of the studio that aren't boxes everywhere, and show you some of the odd papers. Major thanks to my mom, who finds and sources a lot of this paper. She finds it in the weirdest places. Like, she's like, oh yeah, I found this whole like ream of paper that used to be used for checks. She got it at Hollow's. I'm going to tell you that right now. It's really cool check paper. It's got weird little grids on it. I found you some paper that's made out of gold. I don't know. I don't ask where she gets it. I just accept it and smile because I'm going to use it on a zine. I'm serious. There's one zine we just made that the edges of the paper are gold, and this paper is legit from 1993. I remember the box from my mom's friend's print shop, and I remember seeing that exact same box. So this gilt edge paper, I'm like, what am I going to put on it? We have a zine on it because why not? It does not work well with inkjets, so to speak, but it was really cool, and it's got gold edges. again, I don't ask her where she comes up with this stuff. And same thing, like we'll go to like Scrap Exchange. I haven't been in a while. The one in Durham is phenomenal. There used to be another one in Morrisville, North Carolina. So we hit that one up too occasionally. Well, I haven't in a while. Is it even open? If you're from North Carolina and you know of a small Scrap Exchange in Morrisville, if it's still open, please tell me. I heard there's one in RVA in Richmond. Looking forward to maybe doing a tour there and also doing a tour of special collections. There's a lot of zines and the college library. So I'd love to, we want to do that. We want to have a good one-on-one and take a tour of the collection. So again, Patreon will help pay for the gas and our food to be able, so we can give you a good episode on a full tummy with caffeine, because these things are important. What else? Oh, we are at 87 subscribers. That is so cool. We only need really 13 more to do our 100 subscriber giveaway. So please get on it. Hit share. Give a little bell. Take that little bell and hit that button, because it's going to tell you when we put new episodes and new content on. Also subscribe. If you're watching this, subscribe. Please. Just hit that subscribe button. It's going to take a second, and then, you'll be told when we put new things up. And you can see me ranting and raving over all my friends' precious zines, because anytime we meet somebody at a zine fest, look, they're gonna be friends. I'm just that kind of person. I want to David's that kind of person. He can talk to anybody about anything, usually music or food. That's where it starts. So we like to meet all these people at Zine Fest, make a rapport with them, and they just become fast friends. There are people who I've just talked to on Instagram. Amazing. We just hit it off online. There's one that we're calling him Zine Dad, and he's just really cool. We're going to do a little interview with him about zine stuff soon. So that's really important. That's really about it. I'm going to do a little mini tour over odd paper goods, and bon appetit. Hit me up on Instagram. Hit me up on Twitter. Ask questions. We love to answer. And peace out.